Hello, Gavin McCormack here, and welcome to Social Scenarios, where you get to put yourself in the shoes of an adult and make a very big decision. Now this week, you're going to be a mother of a family, Mrs. Anderson. Now Mrs. Anderson has a very serious decision to make. You see, she has some children, and these children want a new pet. In fact, they want a pet dog. They want to cuddle it, they want to walk it, they want to sleep with it and feed it and nurture it and care for it. And we all know that pet dogs are amazing animals to have in your family. But she also knows that it's not all positive when it comes to having a pet. It can be very time consuming and it can also be expensive. Now this week we want you to pretend that you are Mrs. Anderson and your children have come to you with a big question. They've said, Mom, can we have a pet dog please? And this week you have to decide, should you get the pet dog or should you not get the pet dog? Now the first perspective to think about is the children. The children are very, very happy, but they want something more. They want a pet. They want to care for it. They want to nurture it. They want to look after it. And we all know that having a pet develops a great sense of responsibility for children. So having a pet for these children is a wonderful idea and could be very good for their future skill development. The second perspective to consider is the life of the dog. Yes, this dog is going to be not one bought from a pet shop, but one rescued from a rescue center. You see, there are so many pets that are discarded or lost on the street without a home, and this dog is going to be one from a rescue center. They're going to find a dog without a home who is looking lost and feeling lonely and take it into their family and care for it. What a wonderful thing. How will the dog feel when the dog is rescued? But the third perspective is the perspective of Mrs. Anderson. Yes, you. How are you going to feel if you do get this pet dog? You see, at the very beginning, it will be wonderful. You will take the pet dog into your home, the children will care for it, everybody will be happy, but there'll be times when maybe you won't have enough money to pay for the pet insurance. There'll be times when you don't have enough money to buy the dog food. There'll also be times when the dog needs walking, but it's raining outside. And there'll be times when your children are away or you need to go on holiday and there's no one to care for your dog. So this week you have to make a very serious decision. Should you get the pet dog to keep your children happy and rescue this lonely animal? Or should you not get the pet dog because it's going to be too much trouble? And remember, one thing to think about is that a dog is not just for Christmas or for a short term. Dogs can live for 25 years. This is a very long-term and serious decision to make. But as we know, social scenarios are not always easy. This week, we want you to decide and think about the fact that you are Mrs. Anderson and your children desperately want a pet dog to make their lives a lot richer and care for this wonderful lonely creature. But are you going to say yes or are you going to say no? This week's decision is not an easy one, but as we know, social scenarios are not meant to be easy. Good luck, have a discussion with your friends and see what decision you make as you put yourself in the shoes of Mrs. Anderson. This is Social Scenarios. Goodbye.